Hey guys, my name is Dan. I'm a veterinarian. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the video. Today, my wife Jordan is here.
And my name is Jordan, and I'm not a veterinarian.
And today, we're going to talk about pyometra or infected uteruses in the dog. Jordan loves this conversation.
I know what a pyometra is because I want to say when we were still in Fresno, I went in and it was late, and Dan was like working late on this dog, and they had like back where he used to work, they had like a window that you could look through at the surgeries, and he was doing a surgery on a pyometra dog, and then they took this huge pussy, it was a uterus,
Puss puppies,
uterus out of a dog, and they just like they laid it on like a scale and weighed it in front of me. It was the grossest thing I'd ever seen, and so that's a big word, but I always remember it just because of that one time.
Yeah. I remember you came in and you were kind of surprised by that.
Yeah.
A pyometra, as Jordan just said, it's an infected uterus, and they're actually really common.
Okay, I know how this is caused.
How?
Okay, if I remember correctly, because didn't we have a friend whose dog had it? And so it still had its uterus. It was older. It's something to do with like hormones and like age. Am I right?
Yeah, you are spot on. Yep. So in doggies, unlike humans, when the endometrium doesn't slough from the uterus.
Okay.
So the doggies actually bleed from an artery, not their uterus, the uterine artery. It weeps.
So like when they have their periods, this weeps, and so
So and then the lining of the uterus, it doesn't slough, not much.
Okay.
So the buildup, because it builds up and builds up and builds up, that's why each time a dog has a heat cycle, they're more prone to it. Oh. It just gets worse and worse. I have seen dogs with pyometras, their first heat cycle, like 10 months old, 11 months old.
So do they just have more, is it just more buildup?
I don't know exactly why. I think one, they're just unlucky. Like it's just bad luck. But the uterus should do a good job at trying to clean itself after each cycle, but a lot of times it builds up, and then the cervix closes, and then it just holds everything in there.
Okay.
And you have this organ just hold all that infection in there, and the way to cure it is what Jordan just said. What you said, honey, is a spay.
I said fix.
Fix, that's right.
Yeah.
So fix and spay all means the same. We're going to do a surgery, and in school they always said, don't let the sun set on a pyo. Epic, right?
It's beautiful, really.
I always pictured like a sun setting and a doggy like, fix me. Our daughter is playing with the cat right now. What we have these infections, and yes, you should definitely stabilize the dog first, like IV fluids, antibiotics to stabilize the dog. But the kicker is you got to do surgery. Now, what do you think? If you have to go to a specialty clinic or to a general practitioner, okay? If you show up at my front door on Monday morning, or if you show up at an emergency medicine hospital at like 11 p.m. at night. Now, we're in Nebraska, so guys, with a grain of salt, it's a little cheaper, okay? They will expect it. If you're in California, like, honestly, guys, I'd probably just double it for California and New York.
Okay, I have a guess.
All right, so you walk in and see me. How much now?
Okay, so it's a big surgery because you're taking out a big organ, and there could be a lot of complications with this.
And we're also going to hospitalize the dog afterwards and before, and give antibiotics and fluids. So there is some aftercare as well. Okay,
so I'm going to say like $2,000.
You're close. It's probably going to be around $1,000 to $1,500.
Okay, and then for a specialty clinic, I'm going to say around $5,000.
That's a great guess, and you're pretty darn close.
Okay.
I would say you're correct.
Okay.
It might vary a little bit. So sometimes you walk into an emergency clinic and your dog's not super sick, but it has a pyo. You may be able to get out of there for like $2,500.
Okay.
That is definitely possible. If you walk in there and you have like a 90-pound like lab, and they are sick, and they're going to get a couple days of care and surgery, you're going to be $4,000, $5,000 in the hole.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so if you're able to go see your general practitioner, it will probably be a half or a third of the price. And also, honey, how much do you think a spay would cost?
A spay?
Just a routine spay.
So
You bring your 1-year-old, 2-year-old in to see me. We're just going to spay him. Let's say we're about 40 pounds.
Okay, so I don't think a spay is a lot of money because I've heard people. I don't remember the exact number, but I've heard people talk about it before, and I was kind of shocked by how cheap it was. I want to say it was like a couple $100s.
Yep, you're pretty close. A couple years ago, or before the virus, it was about $250. Okay.
Okay.
Now we charge on average probably about $350.
Okay.
But that covers like everything.
Okay. That's the doctors, tools,
anesthesia,
vet techs, anesthesia. There's so much.
And it's abdominal surgery.
It is.
It's crazy.
Can you imagine paying for that in a human?
Our daughter just had a scope done, and just the anesthesia was $20,000.
That's just the anesthesia.
Just the anesthesia.
Yeah.
Now,
and this is with insurance.
So with insurance, thank God, it came down to us only paying $3,000.
$3,000, okay.
$3,000. But if we didn't have insurance, they were going to charge us $20,000 just for the anesthesia. And I mean, I get it. What they do is magical and a blessing, but holy cow, like, how do you recover from that? That is years of like
what you do is magical and a blessing too. Okay.
But okay, guys. So that is a Pyometra. That is how we fixed him and what to expect. And if you're able to spay your dog, I mean, if you're comfortable with spaying your dog, which I think everybody should be, because it reduces the chance of pyos, which most dogs get. We also know it reduces breast cancer, memory cancer significantly. And there's a lot of other things, other side points that it's helpful with. But if you are able to spay your dog, it could save you and your dog a lot of headaches and serious problems. Cool.
Sounds good.
All right. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any topics you want Jordan and I to talk about, please let us know. You guys have a great weekend and take care. Bye.